If you want to be notified when Breakfast Club videos go up, remember to subscribe and click the bell.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hey guys, Nathan Brandon Masters, Breakfast Club Wednesdays. I am back. And shout out to Agent of Doubt and Sister Danger for holding it down until I got back. I have finished both the Blastback role-playing game as well as the YouTube Producer's Handbook 2nd edition, both which are up on Amazon right now. And finally, just today, we made it to Comixology. So if you go to Comixology and search Night Phoenix Press, you will find both Epitaph Bread and Salt, Beginning of the End, as well as Zombie Girl Ravenous. So both of those are on Comixology as of right now. Most of what I've been doing is editing and rewrites, trying to get as many errors and omissions out of the books as possible, and it seems like a never-ending job. So that's mainly where I've been over the past few weeks. But for this first one, I'm going to keep it kind of short. A lot of talk about gun control and mental health and things of that nature in the past few videos here. And I'm just going to kind of echo the sentiments that Kazum had when it comes to gun control. Now, contrary to popular belief, America actually does have a lot of laws surrounding guns. And we talk about mental health, but in most cases, you're not supposed to actually have a gun if you have mental health issues. In the case of the Texas gunman, if you look at that, it was actually illegal for him to have a gun. There is a federal database for background checks, and his information did not get into that database. The Air Force, for whatever reason, didn't get that information to the needed parties. In the California shooting that just happened, another person who very clearly had some mental issues. Now, one of the realities of this is the fact that guns are a very political issue. So nobody really wants to have the mental issue talk, because guns and mental health are both highly political issues right now, and nobody wants to be the bad guy or seen as crazy or whatever the deal is. There's a lot of things that we can't talk about right now for fear that people are going to label you something. And this, again, I talk about this all the time. This is why problems don't get solved. We can't have any of these debates. In this situation, and actually these last two situations, this is very clearly mental. This is mental health. Now, does this mean, and again, this is one of those things that we get into all the time. If you say one thing, it automatically means the other thing is untrue. If we're talking about mental health, does that mean that we shouldn't have sensible gun laws? No, it doesn't. But in many cases, we actually do have sensible gun laws. As you guys know, I live in Chicago, and the reality of the situation is we had the strictest gun laws going, which you couldn't own one. That was the law. You couldn't own a gun, or you had to jump through like a ton of hoops to actually own guns, okay? Now, they play this little game like, oh man, everybody is dying in Chicago. No, we're not. No, we're not. In those neighborhoods that you know are bad and have always been bad, they're still bad. And that's where bad stuff is happening. This bull crap like it's a citywide war zone or some foolishness. No, that's bullshit. That's not happening. The irony to the Chicago situation is when the violence was getting high, when it was starting to rise, that was at a point when Chicago had the strictest gun laws. So that means the people that had guns were getting guns illegally. Or they were going to another town and getting guns, and they were bringing them back here, which was still illegal. But when we talk about sensible gun laws, the question is, what is sensible? I have no problem with an assault weapon ban. I don't have a problem with that. Automatic weapons, and a lot of people don't know this, but automatic weapons are actually banned they're already that's illegal. If you have an automatic weapon, it was either grandfathered in, or you have a hell of a lot of money and a lot of connects that you are able to get an automatic weapon, or you took a semi-automatic weapon and converted it to an automatic weapon, which a lot of people don't know is actually a loophole, which the government is trying to close with the Automatic Gunfire Prevention Act, which is a bill that Senator Bennett is actually proposing. So they want to actually close that loophole. But a lot of people feel that any regulation is somehow a violation of this Second Amendment. Personally, if you're not an 80s action hero, I don't see any particular reason why you need to have tons of military-grade weapons sitting around your house, even if you are waiting for the zombie apocalypse. And I am a Second Amendment guy. I believe in the right to bear arms and to defend yourself and all that good stuff. I definitely believe in that. Now, on the mental health side, I see two things happening. One thing we already talked about, which is people who have mental health issues, and those issues are documented, but the documentation doesn't get to the right place. Or you have the second one, which are people who have these issues, but they haven't been diagnosed and they haven't done anything. Or if they have, the red flags have gone unnoticed or unchecked. So what you're dealing with is funding for mental health programs and mental health education, as well as, peeling back the stigma of mental health. And on top of that, sensible gun laws. Now, most of this won't get done because today everything is political and everybody's scared that the other person is out to get them, which in many cases is more likely the case than not. You say one wrong thing, something's taken out of context, whatever the situation, you make one wrong move, and next thing you know, everybody wants your job, everybody wants you to step down, everyone thinks you're an asshole. So that's where we're at in America 2017. The smart politician plays to their base because that ensures that they keep their job. So you're in a situation where you have to make politicians feel like it's safe to actually vote for something that's common sense, and you have to actually get people to understand something is common sense as opposed to believing that you're just trying to take my guns, which is what a lot of people do believe because, well, basically people don't trust the government, and rightly so. As the government is not altruistic, it's also not particularly honest either. So that's it, guys. Wow, this video actually went longer than I thought. You guys take it easy. Check me out on my main channel, TimeCode Mechanics, and my vlogging channel, simply titled Nathan Brendan Masters. I'm on Twitter and all those good places, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can see my links right there. So if you want to see me finish this image, you can keep watching. Other than that, guys, you take it easy. Nathan Brandon Masters. Hasta.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're